met Kianna. Oh, if it wasn't for Ari, she wouldn't be up. And I'm like, why does Kianna have messages with Trey? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not with Carmen. I'm not with Neat. I'm not with any of them at all. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? It's your girl, Ariana, that cute little brown girl that everybody wants a little taste of. And today, guys, I am back with another video. So long story short, I seen this video and I had responded.
I am the one who brought Kianna Jay to Houston and introduced her to Carmen and everybody.
Okay, now, I done had enough. Child, let's get into it. Corey, are we talking about Kianna Jay? We talk about Poppy J1? Can't be, because you brought her to Houston. Everybody, crazy to me. And please, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the thing is, Kianna had commented under that video in which I had responded with, I'm just having fun, okay? But this is my life, this is my page, and if you don't like it, but in the comments, some people were like, who are you? Some people were like, Kianna Jay. Some people were like, how do y'all even know each other? Some people were like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Some people were like,
Ari, shut up.
You know what I had to say to that? Because you're not. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I'm speaking from my point of view. I'm speaking my truth. I'm just speaking what I've observed and felt, etc. And I chose today to do it. But for those that were interested, I wanted to give you guys kind of a little backstory on how I met Kianna and a lot of things that you guys probably do know, but not my side. So sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below. Tweet every all day. So I want to start back at the beginning. I'm not going to cap to you. I am not going to have dates of 1992, July 7th, and and the timeline. That would be something that you do on your own. What I will provide is videos and like little clips and stuff, just to kind of show you like me and Kianna's vibe, like something like this.
I'm the one who looks like I'm about to go perform, and she looks like the one like she's about to own the club and shut it down, period. That's the one. What's up? And then together we look like we're about to come in and steal your man. Hello. Hi. You're not my boyfriend. But now you are. Thank you. He's taken. Add you onto the roster. My list. Yeah. A voice. Thank you. That I take. If I want it, I take it. He's mine now.
Okay, so let's go back. I had met Kianna on New Year's through Trey and Prime. She was messing with Prime. Prime had came down to Atlanta. He breaking his little shawty. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, I don't know her. I don't have no female friends at this time. I'm not with Carmen. I'm not with Neat. I'm not with any of them at all. We're going through like our separation because of, you know, the drama is kind of happening. There's a separation of church and state. Like we are on two different paths and stuff right now. But what had happened was she came down. We had a really great time. We went out that night, y'all. We turned up. We tore Houston up like we always do when we go out, as anybody should. But we turned up, we had a good time, and I really liked her vibe. We chatted, we talked, and she was there for a couple more days. We hung out, we even filmed some content. It was really fun. I remember even going home and telling my mom, like, I really like this girl, she was cool. I'm like, she's pretty. If you was around Kianna, you're gonna see her always with a dang on cup of ice and she's giggling. She just Ari. And so I'm like, I'm feeling myself. I feel like I'm dang on Kevin Hart up in here. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And we shared so much like in common when we would be around each other that it was fun. Like, we had a good little time. So funny story, I didn't actually live in the content house that she lived in. I had my own place, and at that time the content house, Trey was there, so I was mainly there. And also I had family, which were some of the smaller channels that was mixed in this new group that my mom is trying to launch. And I'm like, you know, I'm the biggest channel, so I'm trying to like keep it together, as well as like mesh it and make it organic and Billy and vibey, as well as I guess you can say I'm scouting too. So when I meet this girl and we're vibing, having a good time, I'm like, okay, I know what this gonna do. I know what's gonna happen if anybody that comes around me, that locks in, that has the work ethic, that has the personality, that's willing to learn, that's willing to work, comes around me and really locks in, I'm telling you that you can change your life. Okay, so for any OGs that are in here, I don't know if y'all remember, but this one time me and Kianna are on live, and while we're on live, the boys are also on live. The boys being Prime and Trey. While they're on their live, we're watching them, and I end up having Trey's laptop for whatever reason. I don't know if I was editing, I don't know if I was taking something from the SD to whatever, but baby, the laptop was open, and so you know I came digging. I had my little microscope. I was in there, baby. Now I ain't go too deep, okay, because you can't look for nothing and be with somebody and be on public live. Now that's crazy. But we did go through the messages, and when we went through the messages, me and her went through him and Prime's messages because we needed to know what was going on. Was there any link-ups? Was there anything that didn't make sense? Because he had went to town a month ago and da-da-da-da-da-da. He said that he was with him, da-da-da-da-da-da. And so I remember us looking, and I remember feeling some type of way and seeing stuff like, wait, what that mean? Okay. And I feel like they had passed the test, but it was some stuff that had looked at like, hold on, wait. But Kianna had other pieces that was like, no, I had talked to him this day. It was this and the other. And I'm like, okay, all right. We was able to connect some dots because we didn't go off on them or like snap on them, if I'm not mistaken. Or did we? I don't know. Oh my gosh, so much toxic stuff happened in my relationship personally. Who knows? No shade, no shade. No, but seriously, that was a super cool moment because like she wasn't judgmental. It's like she was down for the cause, and I really liked that. Like she was down, down. And I love a girl who don't have like a, oh my gosh, I'm so perfect, my relationship's so perfect, everything's perfect, he could never do any wrong. Ew, like I do not want to be around any girl that is acting like that. And so she wasn't giving off that vibe. So we was able to talk, and it was good because like my man is friends with your man is friends with my man. And again, if we put two and two together and we work together as a team, we are sisters. We stand together. So time goes on, and we finally have a conversation about her coming down to Houston. Like, girl, come on, lock in. You can do this. Like, just come vibe. Like, we can make this money. And the whole thing is that Kianna was dealing with some private family-related issues at the time with her mom. She didn't want to be away from her mom. Like, Kianna loved her mama. Like, it was just like, she was talking to her mama like 8 times a day. Like, she loves her mom. And I completely understand that, as I love my mama as well. So she wanted to like be with her mama. She could have easily went back to the Bay and did what she needed to do, make her content, because like I said, she has already been in this industry before. She just wasn't posting in that motivating space where she was posting consistent content. And if I'm wrong, maybe she deleted some videos, but there's literally a gap between where her videos stopped and when we link back up. And that's why that made me say something to Corey in the first place, because I just don't like how so much time has went on where I haven't spoken about something. Now I'm kind of seeing stuff that played out on the back end when we were saying this person acts like this person's not really nice, this person's not really this, or hey, this person, wait, that's not really how that happened. Now character development has happened and been more exposed, where now you might be able to listen and be like, wow, maybe people were lying, maybe people were hurt, maybe people were assuming, maybe there's more to the story. Like in my head, it's just like bringing up an old case, and it's like, why did we have to do it? We didn't solve it 20 years ago.
That is your opinion.
Okay, so like I said, this content house that my mom is launching, they're agreeing to stay there now. And there was a little issue, if I'm not mistaken, that happened between Kianna and Vanessa. I don't know what they had fell out about, but there was something that was just like an uneasiness. It was just like a, wait, what? I don't know how that's gonna be. So like their first interaction, it was just kind of like, it's gonna be tense, it was gonna be what? But we end up working everything out. I'm not sure if it took a little bit or a long time. I think that's one of those stories where it's like a part of it, but it's like, it wasn't one of those situations that was monumental to kind of like remember, but it was one of those things that played a part in, again, this dynamic and why it could be so easy to kind of pull away, versus when Just Crazy Clout Gang came together, it was adding a stranger me into, you know what I'm saying? It was like they had only knew each other for like a month or so before, but it was like, you know, they had created something, and then I came in and we created something as well. And so it was the same thing with this, like trying to create something even greater. And so when you don't already know each other and you're kind of coming in on business versus friends who want to make a business together, I don't know if I'm making sense, but that was the basis of how we got everybody in the house, like making a new group, running the content. At this time, I'm still getting numbers. If we're doing content, I have the power to kind of push and throw it wherever we need it to go, if everybody is doing their job, if everybody is working. But altogether, the whole point was telling everybody like, we can make money, we are going to do this. And that's what we end up doing, y'all. Like point blank period. Everybody got a surge, everybody got views coming to their channel, everybody got what they needed and what they asked for. And when you have something like that, anybody would tell you, if you stay consistent, if you are working, you are going to make it, you are going to be fine. Some people can be consistent and not have it, but hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. And if you are staying consistent and posting, I have been blessed to be able to take a break and be able to come back and still have my supporters. People can't do that. People can't do that. Do you hear me? A lot of people cannot do that, but I am so blessed, and I will never take that for granted ever in my life. But now that we got the drama between the girls figured out, we kind of got the males figured out, everybody has met each other, everybody kind of likes each other, vibing, house is looking more and more like a yes. So now Prime and Kianna are staying at the new house in Houston. We didn't introduce them to our platforms. Trey has done a video on his page introducing Prime, so that way you can see the connection between all of us and it's just not some random person popping up.
This is a formal introduction to some of y'all that may know him, some of y'all that might not know him. This is my brother, Juanes Prime Time, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What it do? What it do? It's your boy Trey Bills and I do it for real.
And real quick, for the people that just be hating on my mama, you're not gonna want to hear the next part. She's the one who does that. Sees the picture, puts it together, can make this bigger thing, breaks it down, da 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 da, and she send it to you. You might tweak it, da da da. You go, okay. The problem is everybody goes, that was my original idea. Ain't nobody ever tell me how to ever brush my teeth. I taught myself. And it just be like, dang, is it so wrong to say you handed me the toothbrush? Is it so wrong to say if I didn't have the toothbrush because I was holding it wrong and I was brushing my teeth this way, it would have took longer? Is it so wrong to do that? But I guess so. She could have easily went home and made her money and did what she needed to do. Kianna knew how to do hair. Damn, like Kianna, she's a hustler. She gotta do what she gotta do. She's gonna do it, like, period. So there was no, oh, if it wasn't for Ari, she wouldn't be up. But my whole thing is that we did work together and create a surge that she was able to take, scale, and run with. We all know how hard it is when you don't have a surge and you're trying to build up when you already have an initial brand and you're not trying to give that up and start a new channel. Simple as that. We went on double dates, we laughed. I was a shoulder for her to cry on just as much as she was a listening ear when I was talking about the same shenanigans me and Trey was going through. And she was aware of the drama that was going on. It was on social media, it was everywhere. So she was aware, as well as, you know, we talked about it. Any questions that she may have asked, she could have asked them. She did ask them. Anything that would have made her feel unsafe to not sign up under my mom, she went through her mom. She went through the processes to make sure that she made this decision. And we made it publicly known that she knew this as well as Prime. And that video is posted.
Whoa, whoa. Yo, you're not getting scared.
Kianna, first of Kianna, listen, can I say something? If you was gonna possibly get scammed, would DC be back?
Will I be back?
That do make sense because he was here before.
If you were possibly gonna get scammed, Trey still be here. Huh? My mama, listen, my mama ain't scam nobody. Bruh, as I was editing this, I was gonna cut this part out because I was repeating the same thing, but I had to keep it because this was like one of those POVs, and it's like the person really say like what everybody would say, like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I just thought it was funny, so y'all should have seen it too. Why did DC come back?
I don't know why DC came back. Me and DC had different.
And why did your bro stay?
I'm hearing the whole family in the back.
What did you say, man? Kianna, you can roll with me.
When did?
You come hang out with me.
Yes.
Every day, Kianna.
When
Kianna.
You here?
You're right. Okay. Look, every day. I would be 10 minutes away.
You know what we gotta do.
But think about it.
You know
Think about it. I can't go to Atlanta. Scammer. Where did people be scammed? 3 times, Prime.
I gotta do YouTube for that.
Yes, bro. New possibilities, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
No, DC.
He don't something new, bro.
Prime, yo, bro.
As long as we get the master bedroom, hey, I don't have no problem. So you saying you stand?
I'm down.
Off what DC said.
Yeah. This my boy, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
Trust me.
So yeah. So you gonna stay, Keith?
Put your hands in the pot.
I gotta get. She said she gonna stay. I'ma stay.
You said that who she was anyway.
Boy, bye, whatever.
Where's the money, Harpo? But if I can be completely honest with y'all, I would have to say that when it came down to me and my mom, out of respect for each other, we didn't really go as far and as hard or as consistent as we could have when it came down to the story that literally put a stain on our name. Like, that literally affected us privately. Outside of what was happening on social media, that really truly affected me and my mom's relationship, because I wasn't really public in defending her. I didn't really stand up for her, as well as come for everybody and come drop bombs and secrets and be like bam 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 bam, even though everybody had, you know, turned their gun up on my mama. And I love her to pieces, but that took such a big toll on us. And it also made it seem like I was trying to say, oh, she's guilty. if I stay out of it, I'm just out of it. When I'm like, no, if she took it, where is it? When did she take it? Where did it go? And why are you making a YouTube video besides going to the law? What are we talking about? But millions and millions of people, even to this day, still bringing it up. I don't care if I'm 87 and I want to do a story time. I will. I can. I shall. Okay. Okay. And bottom line, I will always encourage my mother to speak her truth, to tell her story, to use her voice, to share her testimony. I don't care who feels some type of way about it. And I always tell her, do not worry about me. Because she was worried about me. She's like, well, baby, do they know about any of your dead bodies? And I always live by the quote, there is nothing that I say that I do not mind hearing back. And she taught me that. So as I would encourage anybody, be unapologetically you. And mom, viewer, lover, hater, whoever is watching this video, you don't owe nobody an explanation but God. You do not owe no explanation to no NPCs. To somebody that you can close the laptop, to somebody who ain't never gonna change your son diaper, to somebody who ain't never gonna be there when you crying, only typing in something saying I'm sorry and some, no. Y'all done made me mad. 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 I'm just playing. Calm down. But again, for me and Kianna, she helped me with my makeup. She was helping me with my hair, y'all. We done went to LA together. So mind you, we just spent so much money trying to get these freaking tickets that quick. But you're not finna leave us in Houston and go to Cali. Come on now. Like, who do you think we are? Like, Strawberry Lemonade is taking over LA, period.
Wait.
The Kappa girl.
No, y'all copy me. I've been up before y'all.
No, you have not.
You wanna know how I know?
How?
Because I was up before y'all.
No.
Yes, I was.
That's a cow. No. Let's appreciate how cute Kianna looks.
So
Look at this pink and the blonde. Hold on, no, let's get into airy details though.
Look at
You understand? Hey, yeah. Can't go wrong with all black. Yeah. That was pick it up like that. We did volunteer work together.
Plate for the city inspector. He want chicken fettuccine, green beans, and let me see if you want.
Is this your phone, Aaron? Oh, okay. I see Trey getting to work. Hey guys. Hey. Oh, they showing me love in here. They don't really care about y'all. Got Prime. What's that you got y'all doing over here?
Making a pizza apart. See all the pizza? We get that with our hands.
Our hands, okay. Putting in work. Prime. It's not the right scenery for that. It's not. Oh, look at pretty Erin, just smiling. What they got you doing, Erin? Meeting new people, places, things. Like, we were doing these things together. We were around each other consistently. So this is not some random stranger I'm just talking about and popping up because I'm just trying to hop on the clout. But for some reason, it seems like I'm clout chasing on clout that I don't need. It doesn't make any sense. And you can sit here, numbers up. You can't tell me a Hall of Famer is not a Hall of Famer just because you don't watch that Hall of Famer. Shut up talking to me. For somebody to get hurt over here. So again, I'm reeling it back in. I hope y'all still staying with me because sometimes you gotta have a side story to really understand the bigger story. That's just kind of how I talk and how I tell stories. So if that's not your speed, I don't really know what to tell you. Put it into ChatGPT, transcribe it, and then listen to it as an audio. I don't know. As for me and Kianna, when it came down to our relationship, we only had 2 incidents that I can truly recall that were kind of like one of those moments that was like a make or break for us, that like could have went one way, but we either brought it back in or it took some time to bring it back in. And for that one, y'all gonna have to flash back with me a little bit. So this day, I literally just got asked to be boyfriend and girlfriend on social media. So from Trey, and with Trey, we was already messing with each other. Like, we was together. We letting y'all know, like, oh, he's asking me, is either mine or not. Never. Just stupid stuff. Like, we're together. Everybody knows we're together.
Will you be my girlfriend?
But y'all, but at that time, it was just so much fun. It was so beautiful. That was like kind of like our little dynamic as well. That kind of helped with our relationship in the rocky moments. So I remember after that happened, I sat down next to Kianna and Trey had tagged her in something. And when she clicked on it, like, you know, when you go to the DMs, when she clicked on it, I seen that there were previous messages. And I'm like, why does Kianna have messages with Trey? That doesn't make any sense to me. So the number one thing that you do in a situation like that for me is I start laughing because that's phase one of me about to crash out. I'm like, wait a second. My whole world is like crashing out. I'm like, wait a second. What is this? Kianna, you're a beautiful girl, but what the heck is going on? And instantly at that moment, y'all, what you think she did? What you think she did? She went right into the tea. She said, hold on, wait,
Vanessa, give me some. This how you put spaghetti.
Scroll up, there was this, that, and the other. Here's the backstory, here's this, here's that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, she's not being nasty. She's not being standoffish. She's not being sneaky with the information. So I'm able to be like, defenses down. I'm like, okay, you don't want my man. And if you've been around Kianna around that time, even in the beginning when she was with Prime, she had no eyes for nobody else. She had no eyes for nobody else. And when she did speak, it was about her previous relationship of just what she had experienced, how she was treated, etc., etc. But that's her story. I don't know her love life and all that. But I'm just saying that at that time, how it was, there was nothing in me that gave like, well, you did walk down the hallway one day and he had looked. It never crossed in my mind. So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, why didn't nobody tell me? Why you didn't know? So I'm asking like, well, does Prime know? And from my understanding, she's like, yeah, he knows. And so I'm like, okay, Prime knows, you know, Trey know, duh. But Trey didn't tell me. So I'm not mad at her. I'm looking at this Negro like, what is wrong with you? My thought process is that if Kianna told Prime and Prime knows, that means that there literally was nothing. So there was nothing to make, you know, make it be like, hold, you know, stop. And you know, Prime is all, man, I'm too player for this, bruh. What she gonna do with the bro? Wait. So that's what made me go like, okay. But again, my anger is now aimed towards him. And so as time goes on, I did act a little weird for about 3 days or so. And I remember telling her like, hey, I needed like 3 days just to kind of process. I feel like we had went to the bathroom or something and we end up talking, we end up like hugging. She was super understanding, super forgiving. It was just like no, like, you know, I get it, but also too, I didn't do anything wrong. Like also, and it was just like a whole little conversation that we had. And if I'm being honest, y'all, some people might be like, I would have never, I let it go. Like I never mentioned it again, like with me and her, that it became like an issue or I started acting weird with her because of that. The person I started acting weird with was that man. And the only reason that the situation with Kianna would ever be brought up in the future with Trey would be because of the other shenanigans that we had going on in that relationship. Okay. And I love that so much because the thing is, if you know this about Kianna, and if you don't know, Kianna is a big old teddy bear. And yes, she would throw hands if necessary. But I mean, wouldn't we all? I mean, I look like I probably can't fight, but I promise you, if anybody come to me incorrect about my son, anything, I don't know what would, I genuinely do not know what would happen because if you get there, you get there. You're going to defend yourself. I'm saying that to say that she was super understanding and she wasn't trying to buck up at me with like the drama. Like she was just like, okay, I get why you mad, da 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 da, and like, okay, this is how you process stuff. I was kind of like confused, like what happened. I thought we was cool, I didn't do nothing, da da da, but we made up and we was cool. So that was like something that, you know, was like a little rocky with us. And I don't know what nonsense Trey said. Like, I know I said something to him. I don't know what that boy did said, child, but I do know that after that, the only other incident would be like we was filming at the content house, and like I said, it's a mix of big channels, middle channels, and new channels that like probably have less than 1,000 subscribers that we're mixing in right now to get that collab, get that flow, get that connection. But again, it's just not clicking, it's just not working. I personally feel like there were a lot of egos, there were a lot of weird vibes, there was a lot of tension, there was a lot of personal goals, and everybody had a focus, and it was like trying to get it this way, but then there was so many different energies and personalities that it just didn't mix. And sometimes that happens, that it's not the concept, it might just be that the energy and the people don't really mix. And everybody was all individual stars in their own way. The whole point was to come together to bring out that starness, because there's a recipe, there's a format, there's a system, there's a way that this works. And my mom had learned it, perfected it, mastered it, and so she was just trying to do it again. But you have to have people that are willing to listen, work hard, and also be okay not to get instant gratification. And it's harder than you think. YouTube, social media is a job. It is not just wake up, poop, blah. And if you are that person, cool, but it's just not like that. So with a house like that, all those different personalities, of course there was some drama, but I didn't personally live there. So I would just hear stuff from everybody else, like this happened today, or this made me feel like this, da 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 da. It was like almost like a house mother who occasionally came in and just tried to fix every problem, fix every issue, because I didn't want the big YouTubers to clash with the middle ones, because I need us all to work together, and I need this to work, because I don't want nobody thinking that my mama can't do this. My mama looking at me like, girl, I don't need you to tell nobody that I can do this. I know that I can do this. But this really effed us up, like, because what the heck? And again, the personal issues with us, because I'm doing this, but I also could have been using that time and been putting BTA, 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 BTA. But I had chosen a different route at that time that I thought was the right way to go. I truly feel that God is intentional and that everything happens for a reason. And so I'm just, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, keep letting him do his thing and keep showing up being me. Okay, but back to the story. So for a little context, I was already irritated with a previous situation that had happened with Prime and my cousin Jalen because of Kianna. And the reason that it even happened was because, you know, Kianna had went to her man and said, like, you know, I feel like this, he's making me uncomfortable, like he's just talking, like whatever she said to him made him go into defense mode of, I gotta defend my girl. And if you know my cousin Jalen, super annoying. He can get under your skin, okay? If you know him, you know that he has a way to just make you just be like, you want to slap him, okay? You know what I'm saying? And that's my own blood. And so at this point, you got player, trying to stand up for his woman. But my cousin, he ain't no punk. Like, he's standing up too, but we're not trying to get this to escalate. So it's just like, you know what, it's a don't look at her, don't talk to her, don't walk in the hallway with her. If you see her in the hallway, do like this when you see Kianna. Like, just stay away, because, you know what I'm saying, don't even say nothing, because you know, you play too much. Like, this is not the time to joke, this is not time to, just stay away. And so now I'm just like, oh, this house tension, my family tension, this is just so much freaking going on. And nothing happened. There was no physical altercation. We worked it out. There was a separation. Everybody went their own way, and Prime and Kianna ended up going out of town a little bit after that. When they went out of town, they came back, and I believe maybe they're moving, maybe like they're officially like leaving us, like the group, and they're no longer doing this. They got their buzz, they're popping, they kind of got their flow, they know what they want to do, and it's like, yeah, we're ready to move into our own thing, which is normal, which is the process. So me personally, triggered. For real. No, I'm laughing because it hurts. But she comes home, she sends this message to the group chat, and she's saying that, you know, somebody broke her wig stand, and, you know, like, who broke her wig stand. It was like this whole thing. And so me, like I said, the mother of the den, I'm trying to be Captain Save Everybody, and I'm just feeling like, why are you talking like that? Why are you talking to them like that? Because now I'm in big sister mode, because this is my little cousin, this is my little brother, this is my family, and I feel like you trying to punk them, like, who broke my stuff, so I'm already in defense. I'm just in defense because I'm agitated. I just feel like everybody's just changing and just switching up and so I'm like, and so I was like, what is it? I said, how much is it? I'll pay for it. How much is it? I'll send you the money right now. And it was like, Ari, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'll send it to you right now. I was like, okay, Ari. And it was like, yeah, okay, bet. Send it. Child, the attitude was nasty. The attitude was nasty. And it wasn't like a, oh, okay, Ari. Kianna was like, yeah, somebody, what's it called? Yeah, it's what's it called? I had this one. I didn't have like the little cheap ones. It was the expensive ones, and it was over here. So that means somebody had So did somebody go in my room and tell myself, why did y'all touch myself? And I'm like, so that's how that conversation went. But again, we talked it out, we worked it out, and then we end up coming to a conclusion. They went their separate ways, and everybody again dispersed. There's more stuff that kind of happened in between, but not connected in the sense of me and her in the story time that I'm thinking of in this moment right now, of how we connected, how we got to where we are today, which would be that we kept up with each other, but kind of, sort of, and we reconnected, I believe, at Neeks. birthday party. Yeah. I think I came to Houston and we reconnected at Neek's birthday, and I went up there, we talked, we got each other's numbers, we was like linking up, great vibes. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Again, this is kind of my first time seeing Neek. You know, if y'all seen the quote that was like the F the J, and we joked about it, laughed, because it was like, girl, what? But we talked about these things and we went through those motions. And then after that, I would have to say we linked up again in Atlanta, because I remember riding with Trey to her and Prime's apartment, and I remember that because I was looking, I'm like, that's roller coasters and stuff, and he was like, that's Six Flags, and I said, Six Flags in Georgia? I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Don't even do roller coasters, but I'm hyped, I'm excited, and I'm like, dang, they stay far. And we went up there, we did some videos, and we did what we always do, make that money, have us a good time. Me and her was talking about lash vendors, her new adventures that she was getting into, me getting into my Mocha Princess stuff. We was just catching up. It just seemed like every time we got around each other, we would do like Harry, you know what I'm saying, Kiki, like, hey girl, and we would just be right into motion and just be cool and everything like that. But after that, I never seen Kianna again. I'm just kidding. But honestly, it has been a long time. I called Neek maybe 1 year ago, last year, a year or two ago. I just remember calling her, and I remember telling her, yep, it was right when I had got back to Atlanta. I called her and she was with Kianna, and it was in like out of the country or something like that. And I was like, hey y'all, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to work, like going to the new year, link up, do something. And they was like, okay, yeah, Ari, let's go, let's do it. I got Kianna's number, and then I was like, you know, when y'all gonna be back in town? They was like, January, probably this time, and I was like, oh, okay. And I even made a little joke, you know, trying to like feel the air, kind of see like how the vibe and the chemistry is. And I'm like, yeah, Nee, girl, I'm gonna be staying with you. And she was like, girl, laughing like, I got a man, he is not going for that. And I'm like, oh no, girl, I understand. I'm not gonna really stay with that girl, but I'm just trying to see like where we at, what type of vibes we going to, like this my childhood sister, or like another influencer, you know what I'm saying, versus like, dang, this my peer who I went to school with, who we used to bounce off numbers with, who we used to bounce off audiences, who we grew with. And that was that. And my whole thing is, where I'm at in life and where I've always been is that I'm not chasing anybody or going to feel like, once I feel like I'm begging or I feel like I'm doing too much, and I feel like, well, it kind of looked like I'm begging or something. That's all I keep thinking about, like I'm begging. And that triggered me, because I'm like, these aren't random people. This is not me reaching out to a Duke dentist trying to do a collab and a whole different thing that I ain't never met before or been connected to in some way. We're talking about people that we started with. With all of that being said, that was the last time that I kind of talked to her. And I remember saying on the phone too, like, dang, y'all done came to Atlanta a couple times. Y'all ain't never hit me up, like, go get lunch, go get brunch. Oh, well, you don't party, you don't this. Like, dang, we can't eat no shrimp and grits. We can't go bowling. We can't go go-karting. We can't play. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing. Like, it can't be a, oh, you're just not into this. So I'm in my head, I'm like, do you not like me? Is there a personal problem? Have I actually did something to you? The reason that there even is that distance, because I know that from me and from my mother, I have never, and she has never done anything to you. And if I have, let's talk about it. But other than that, like, that's how we met. That's where we are right now. Neek, I texted her as well, and I think I asked for Carmen's number. She never texted me back, and I was like, dang, did I make her feel some type of way? Like, I don't know, but that's how that went. I hope that y'all enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed kind of going back and reliving it. And also, you get to see kind of your growth. You get to kind of see that this perception that I was even putting in my brain, like this anger and this frustration that I had, that talking it out, I feel better. How do you feel? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, turn post notification, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below. Team Ari all day, every day. If you didn't know, now you know. Big things popping, little things stopping. All right, call me, beat me if you wanna reach me. Peace.